Greetings, Dr. Mark Winton here, and what I'd like to do is just take a few minutes and focus on obtaining journal articles from our library and using some of their databases. What I'm going to do in this short video is do a quick demonstration, but I also would like you to recognize that there are many other resources and methods and ways of doing this. I'm just going to show you just a real brief one to kind of introduce you to this. Some of you may have been doing this already for a while and it's just a review, or you don't really need this information because you already have it, but I think it's real important if you don't. Here on the UCF Library homepage, you can see quick search, articles, book catalog, videos, site search, and then database, research guides, online journals. If you're looking for a specific article, you know the journal, you can use the online journals. If you're looking at a particular topic, you can use the databases. So I'm going to use the database to start with. I already logged in. You use your NID and your password, the same that you use for the Canvas course. And you can actually go into the library from the Canvas course, and they have a bunch of resources that are linked. And you can see that in the left-hand column on the Canvas course navigation set. And you can also log in from home using your NID and password. But here you can see some of the features they have. They have really hundreds of databases. You can ask a librarian and chat with a librarian, get some information. Here's popular databases. I often use Academic Search Premier or EBSCOhost. You don't have to use that one. I mean, there's other ones. JSTOR has a lot of really good historical stuff, PsycInfo and Web of Science and so on. A lot of really good material, and you can go by topic, by field, whatever you need to do. I'm just going to do a brief demonstration. Click on EBSCOhost, and right here now I'm going to search the database. I'm interested in the topic of genocide and rape, and so I'm going to search there, and you can see that there are 286 articles. I downloaded this earlier, Rape is Genocide, Bangladesh, the former Yugoslavian Rwanda, because I'm doing comparative analysis. Some of the features, though, I did want to point out on the left, you can limit it to full text, references available, scholarly or peer-reviewed journals. So you want to be aware that you may get magazines and newspapers, and you may be using magazines and newspapers, but you also will want in many of your papers to use academic journals, and so you can make sure you know you're getting academic journals as well. In the select field, which is optional, I just let it basically search for everything, but you can limit it by text, author, title, subject, journal, and so on. If you don't narrow down your topic, you'll be overwhelmed. Like with genocide, for example, that now you got 12,555. So that's a lot there. And you can also go by relevance, newest, oldest, source, author, relevance. It defaults to relevance. And that's a wealth of information there, obviously. Also, you can go to the online journals. I was doing some presentations on risk assessment, and there's a really good journal called Assessment, and UCF Online Library has that. There it is. And what you want to do when you're looking at a specific journal and you look at the full text options, you want to check what's available. For example, if I clicked on this, I'll only get 1994 to 1998. I'm not interested in that. I want to look at the most current one, and that's, see, 1999 to present. So that's the one I want, Sage Premier All Access Collection. And there we have the current issue. So I'm going to click on that. I'm just interested in browsing now, but if I was looking for something specific, like violence assessment, I could click in there and search in the journal or search throughout the different journals published by this particular group. But there's Revisiting the Structure of the Short Dark Triad. That's an interesting article. Human movement responses to the Rorschach and mirroring activity and fMRI study. That's interesting. MTC sadism scale toward a dimensional assessment of severe sexual sadism with behavioral markers. So I'm interested in that article, let's say. Click on that. There's the PDF. And then I can save it. I'm going to read that later, maybe when I go to Starbucks and have a cup of coffee. Although I have to be careful people don't peer over my shoulder and see what I'm reading and then give me those strange looks. Well, they do that anyway, even if I'm just sitting there. So a wealth of information there. Again, there's a whole bunch of different ways to search. Things have come a long way. I remember back when I started using the UCF library in 1982, if I wanted to get a journal article, I had to use a copy card or put in, I think, nickels into the photocopying machine. But some of the material was on microfiche or microfilm, and that was a whole nother story for the history of library materials, so I'll skip that. But this really makes it easy to do, and again, you can see, you can you can browse, you can look at different resources and everything. There's just such a wealth of information from the UCF library. You can get help all the time, and here you have research guides, your librarian, schedule an appointment, submit feedback, accounts, videos, citation management. That's very helpful there. And the staff at the library have been so helpful over the years, and really thanks to the library I've been able to conduct a lot of my research and get the materials I need. And so again, you can just see they have all kinds of things. Excuse me one moment. Guys, stop eating that paper, please. That's another nice thing. If you have cats, they can't eat PDF files, but they can eat your journals. Okay, they're off in the corner nibbling. In fact, you might even hear them, but they're just running around. Okay, so you can see all these different services as well. And this is just a wonderful resource that will help you. And you can see, even when you're doing research, they have sections on literature review, collaboration, citation management, ethics and compliance, data management, grant planning. So just all kinds of useful information. And so I highly recommend you check this out. It's a great resource to get. And of course, they have books in the hardback form, soft cover form, but also they have a lot of online books as well. So you can take a look at that. This is the really strange thing. Look at that, Orlando, Florida, 42 degrees out there. I feel that cup of coffee now because it's freezing out there. And I know if you're not in Florida and you're, for example, in Rochester, New York, you're probably laughing at us, wondering this is just like a nice spring day. Well, anyway, I hope you all are having a good day, and I hope this has been useful, and wish you the best in your researching.